Everybody here? Oh, look, I should have done the...
When did you get that?
We've had it.
And I'm not on, I don't think.
What's up, everybody? There you go, Kevin.
Hello.
We weren't ready, though.
Got it.
I didn't even
Nice.
put headphones
Are we live?
on. Yeah. I said 3-2, but then I forgot to say 1. So, what's up, everybody? If you're listening or watching, you're cool. If not, you'll never know that I said you weren't cool. So, this is a rush show. Kevin just literally
Got to town.
got to town from...
My mic is not on. There's no way.
Okay.
It's on.
Do I sound right?
Oh,
to
yeah,
you?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Then I just can't hear
As
myself.
annoying as ever.
Awesome. Okay.
So, but anyway, so a couple of weeks ago, it's probably been a little bit longer than that when we were talking about our golf tournament, right? We were talking about Avery's Light.
Yep.
And we said we were going to get Eddy in here. Well, Eddy flaked. We can never get Eddy in here.
I don't know about the flaking part, but
Look, here he is. Eddy came in. Oh, hey, Eddy. Thanks for showing up, buddy.
it's happening.
Man, so, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to get comfortable here. So,
See, normally we start like 18 times just to get into a groove.
yeah, sometimes.
And then me and Frank fight,
Yeah.
and then we
How
calm
come-
down, and then we start the show.
Why do I miss the fight then?
Because it always comes in with Kevin screwed it up again.
I have like hours of audio from before the show that I'm just too lazy to go in and
There's a lot of good stuff.
edit. There's
I
so
kind of
much.
wish I heard the fight today. I'm going to be honest with you.
I have to like skim through everything though because it gets pretty dicey at points.
No,
Like, are you guys even friends?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we're
good.
we're still together,
That's
aren't
good.
we?
You-
Once a week.
well,
There's 2 of
True.
4 left. We're still standing. I don't know if it's whether to see who will quit first or if we actually enjoy it.
I refuse, so I'm gonna
Oh, bullcrap! You've quit 3 times.
not with us.
No,
No.
but you've quit 3 times
Yep.
at least.
Yep.
I have never quit. Never. I've gotten the maddest, but I've never quit.
I feel like. Well, didn't we have a bet to see who would quit first, and then
Yeah.
and it was me? No, was it me or John? One of us quit first, and then I never officially came back.
So you're not here right now?
So I never officially came
Quick
back.
question. Has the studio always been at your house?
No.
No.
Okay, all right.
So I think the very first one we did. Did we do the very first one here, Kevin? In
Yeah.
the dining room.
Yeah.
I think we did the very first one out there in the dining room.
No, we did the first one at John's house, but no video. The first one that was ever done video was July
here.
4th with 1 camera.
Oh, we did July 4th.
Yeah.
We did a hot dog eating contest out back.
I ate
Nice.
10.
10 hot dogs.
Spotted.
Did you ever see that?
I have not seen
It's
that one. I
phenomenal.
apologize.
No, it's
I
like
will-
it's like 7 minutes. It's nothing crazy. But what happened was first off, this is actually hilarious. We all had Nathan's hot dogs, delicious Nathan's hot dogs.
Absolutely.
We gave Kevin like gas station Oscar Mayer.
That's horrible.
They were gray with spots on them, right? First off, he didn't know because his bowl was we hid all our stuff, and then we pretended to eat a lot of hot dogs, and we even had the kids in on it, like hollering out numbers as far along as we were.
awesome.
So I think I ate like a hot dog and a half, but the kids were like, "Oh my gosh, he's eating his 8th hot dog!" So Kevin is just mowing down these hot dogs, and like he won by 6.5 hot dogs.
Now, did you cook them, or these are just...
They were cooked
They were cooked.
and sat out for a long time.
But no joke, they seriously had spots. And then Frank was like
I couldn't hold
cheating.
it.
And
It's
my
awful.
wife before the thing goes, seriously, you better win. Like, you
and-
better
and
win.
You got
did.
to.
And you did.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
I was born for that.
It's
Listen,
with buns or without buns?
what are
With
the
buns.
So the actual
That-
contest, like normal.
Yeah, like normal. We didn't go as far as to do the like dipping in water.
Ugh.
Like so weird to
Yeah,
me.
that's-
I get how that works, but look, I mean, Joey Chestnut ate like 65
Yeah, 60
hot
yeah.
dogs more than
Yeah.
Kevin did.
yeah?
What do you
and
do
like,
this year? What do you do this year? Do you
how many
remember?
minutes do they do it? I
10
don't
minutes. It's 10 minutes. I think he did 71 or 72
In
this year.
10 minutes.
In 10 minutes.
And I did
realize it was
10.
that short. I gotta be honest with you.
know. Like I was 1 in a minute, and I thought I was moving.
It's
Like, I thought that was pretty good, right?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minute. I feel like is pretty good.
Absolutely.
There's times where you can put down a hot dog really quick, right? But like back to back that's tough, man.
Yeah.
Back to back
And
stuff.
without anything on it. I mean, you're just trying to crush these things.
Yeah, we're just trying to crush
It's
them.
not taste. It's nothing.
No,
it's just your...
That's where I think the water comes in. Again, I've never done it, but that's where I think the water comes in because I feel like a hot dog can be kind of dry.
Yeah.
So you just lab that, and you just
See, I'm a texture guy.
Oh, the water,
when,
no.
when it's soggy and blah.
well, and then the hot dog itself is
No.
going to be a little wet, right?
That's not good.
And sometimes, like, I don't know if I should be getting turned on or turned off when I watch them eat it. You know what I'm talking about? Because they're like,
What was
Did
that?
he just say that?
Can I see it again?
Oh my god. You are a fan of the show.
no, there's girls.
This
Come
is
on, like,
true.
there's girls that do it too. They never show the girls though. It's a sexist sport. It's very sexist.
No, I thought
sport.
it was they're mixed in because there's that one
No,
Asian chick.
that's a
that eats-
dude, and his name is Kobayashi.
No, not Kobayashi.
It's a guy. The girls are separate. By the way, if you do a YouTube search on the 2019 hot dog eating contest, the day before, they do like official weigh-ins and stuff like that. Like weigh-ins, smack talking.
Wow.
Like it's legit. They come out with the belt. Like Joey came out with the belt. It's like over his shoulder when he did his official weigh-in.
That's great.
Super weird though, man. I think taking it a little too far for eating hot dogs. Anyway, oh no, he also holds the Twinkie record. You know that, Kevin? Or you just typing away?
Well, people, I'm trying to figure out which one of the Facebooks isn't working. So one of them in the chat isn't working.
Well, you shared it from yours, not the show.
No, it's broadcasting from everybody's. It's just not taking the chat from one of them.
Broadcasting?
Yes.
All right, let me see. Let me share this here from ours. Is the audio off?
So
Is the
I'm going to
audio-
tell a story.
Audio's off.
Frank,
It's doing the thing again, man.
are we going to have to restart this?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Audio's on.
Audio's on. It's fine.
No, because Matt can hear us.
Alright.
Matt DeBacco can hear us, and then somebody said 1 minute isn't enough. Chance just said, hello, pumpkins.
What's up, Chance?
Hi.
So, yeah, they can hear us. I think
Alright.
it's just audio's working, Matt says. So, we're good. It's just that person. Hit refresh. See what happens.
Fun fact for you, Matt DeBacco and I played Little League together.
Yeah, Christine
Really?
Maria says it's audio's on.
Asian chick is Black Widow. So, whoa. So, I get there's girls, but they weren't doing it at the same time, though, I don't think, right? Eddie,
I have no clue.
make the decision here.
That girls eat hot dogs or eat them fast?
Both.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So, hold on. Let me get this thing up here. All right.
Okay, now that we got 6,000 technical difficulties
Yep.
out of the way, I've got the problem fixed on this end.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, look, I'm posting it from my own Facebook, and it says Frank Buchero doesn't allow timeline posts. So,
Why?
Why don't you allow timeline posts, Frank?
I have no clue. Oh, I think it's because I have a whole bunch of a-hole friends that like to post whatever they possibly want to my page sometimes.
Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm enjoying, getting white girl wasted.
Always. Always.
Sponsored by.
By the way, we never introduced that Eddie was here.
We did. We did, actually. You were not paying attention.
Oh.
But, yeah, go ahead. Why don't you introduce Eddie?
No, we already did.
So, Eddie, true story. I met Eddie.
This should be good.
Yeah. So, your dad basically changed the course of my life.
He's good at that, actually.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
So, I actually was not a bad kid,
I know you weren't.
but I got kicked out of middle school.
Can you tell that story real quick? Or are you not allowed to?
I can tell the
'Cause
story.
That was pretty good. I just found that out. What was it? 4 weeks ago I ran into you.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, yes. I didn't know that you didn't know that. So we were in middle school at Madison, and at the time, I mean, I was not like a small kid. I was your average kid, but you know, dark. So anyway, somebody was picking. I'm trying not to use names just in
I
case,
understand.
but somebody was picking on a buddy of mine. And we were really good friends, and I was trying to be the person to come in and be reasonable and like, hey, there's no need to fight. Like, you got no reason to fight with my buddy. So he pushes my buddy and got very upset. So I stand in front of him. So he's, what are you gonna do about it? Punches me in the shoulder. I get really, really mad because nobody wants to get punched in the shoulder, and now he's making me look like a punk, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't do anything. So he pushes me, And I regained my composure. Didn't do anything. He poked me. I don't remember what happened next. I just know that. So he poked me, right arm shot out, broke his nose.
How old are you?
I was in middle school.
I think 7th or 8th grade is when you came over.
8th grade. I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
So this is literally like dead smack in the middle of the year, 8th grade. And so I just reached out, popped him in the nose real quick. I just remember a whole bunch of blood. And then we got pulled away. Next thing you know, he's in the front office, like crying to the resource officer. I'm the big bully. They decided to make an example and suspend me for 10 days. And we know that 10 unexcused absences,
You're done.
You're done. So my mom didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So she somehow found your
Wait,
dad.
if you get suspended, they're unexcused absences?
Yes.
I never got suspended.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
Frank.
10 days.
I got expelled. I did not get
well, that's
suspended.
way different.
I didn't get expelled. I got asked to leave.
Oh,
And it was from Park
asked you to
Avenue.
leave all the time.
Totally different.
Well, that's
Totally different.
That's a different story, I think.
Yeah.
But
once I was in public school, I never got in trouble.
yeah, I mean, so it was weird. But then I met Eddie's dad. It was a very uncomfortable situation for me, to be honest with you, because it made me feel like I was a bad kid. You know, I'm like, oh, this kid got expelled, and he's a bad kid.
So, unfortunately, that's my dad's school that he had at our church. That was kind of the connotation that it was like bad kids that went, but that wasn't the case. It was situations a lot like yours. A lot of misunderstanding and a lot of just, there was no place else to go, and he ended up being there.
I honestly, that's how I felt. Like, once I got comfortable with everybody, I was like, oh, this is just that there's no place left to go.
Absolutely.
Because we have two choices.
Absolutely.
Right? We had Jackson and Madison.
Yep.
That was it. There's nothing north.
No.
Right? And then,
Nope.
I mean, like south, the next, you're talking about Cocoa.
Well, Space Coast wasn't around.
Space Coast wasn't around,
Nope.
yeah. So, but it was very cool. And my favorite thing about that was recess, man. Recess was a legit baseball game.
We used to play some mean baseball
We
out
used
there.
to play baseball every
It was
day.
taken quite serious. A lot because of me, but it was taken pretty serious.
Is it taken as serious as church league softball, though?
Whoa. We need to talk about softball, by
Yes.
the way, today. So,
Yes.
but yes, it was quite serious. I mean, a good friend of mine and I fought a lot over it.
But no guns.
No guns.
No guns.
It was at the church.
Yeah, that happens
Guns. But
That happens.
It did happen.
in our church league.
Oh,
Well, my church league,
Yeah,
his men's league.
yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, we were the only team that didn't try to fight anybody.
Oh.
We prayed for them.
Why do I remember church league? So I didn't play with you guys, but I remember hearing stuff. Right?
Yeah, things happen. It wasn't my
Like high school
our
or
team
post
gets
high
a
school?
bad connotation though, man. So we have a softball team that's filled with a bunch of Asheville and Titusville guys that played either with each other, against each other, a little bit younger than us, guys we know and kind of don't know.
Right.
And so there's may or may not be like 84 bush lights in the dugout, right? So when that happens, a little bit of chirping happens between
sure.
the teams, and some teams take it a little serious, some don't, and we happen to play a team that took it pretty serious and didn't like kind of getting poked and prodded. So I'm bad though. I'm an instigator, man. I just like kind of it's a little brother in me, like being the youngest of three boys. Like I just
In the nicest way, though, your face pisses people off because you have the biggest smile as you're talking trash, and it's like you're like, I get it. Like, I get something like that asshole.
Do you want to punch me right now?
No, but I can see why someone would
Well,
want
and their
to
whole
punch
team's
you.
like that. Like, I was supposed to play for their team.
Which would have been fantastic. It would have fit in too because
Yeah.
of the whole baseball connotation. And
You're just smiling from you. You could do that too, where you guys can both say some a-hole stuff, but
I'm
smile from
complete-
ear
me,
to ear.
Me and Eddie are the same out there. That's actually where me and him got to know each other.
correct. He's absolutely correct. Actually.
Yeah. So I'm on the church league team, right? But I was supposed to play for his team because JT asked me to play. So I wrote JT a week before, and I'm like, "Hey, am I supposed to give you money? Like, where am I supposed to be?" Never heard a thing back from him. So then my old team, which is the church league crosswalk team, they're like, "Hey, we're going to join this men's league." I'm like, "Sure, I'll join." So I get there, and JT's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to get back to you." He's like, you can go out and play whatever position you want or whatever. I'm like, "I'm not playing for your team." I'm like, "You never called me back." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Dude, you never called me, so I'm on another team." But it was funny because my whole team is like these good church Christian guys, and then me. And, I'm real nice. So their team, knowing me, thinks my whole team's like me.
Oh, man.
And they're talking shit to him and, like, getting onto him. And I get over to first, and I'm like, "Guys, You can do that to me, but not to them. Like, they're over there praying for you right now.
And it's all in good fun. Absolutely for us, man. I mean, we literally, it's a Monday night release of not sitting at a desk all day.
Yeah.
How many people were sober on your team?
All right. So this is the first team I've actually played on where we actually you drink in the dugout, right? So I wasn't sure what to do for the first couple games, and so I didn't. So I was like, I can't. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up just from running the first to second as it is.
You'd be surprised at how well you can do drinking and playing softball.
Guess who found out? This guy. So
there's a reason why Babe Ruth did it.
After a few games in, I was like, everybody seems to have a really good time while they're doing this. I'm just catching. What do I kick?
And there's a big sign that says "No tobacco, no alcohol," right behind where you're sitting.
Where'd you guys play?
The Chain of Lakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I like it out there.
Oh,
League's
it's
gone.
fantastic. But
Because of the gun incident, the league is gone.
Oh, yes.
no, it's back.
It's back?
Sir, yes, sir. Be playing this Monday night.
Where the heck is my team?
They are
Actually, two of them
probably
got
not
married.
going to go.
Two of the main guys got married, and they're probably a little worried about guns being out there.
To each other?
No. No.
It's not that kind of church.
No.
Oh,
Listen,
no.
those churches are in
thing.
Orlando, not in Titusville. Unless you know one in Titusville, shout it out in the chats. We'll throw
Happy
that
to
out
call them out. So what happened? Where did this gun come from?
It was a whole thing.
I mean, it's just a stupid
yeah, it
incident.
was just somebody. Yeah. Now listen, let's.
It built the whole season though, between these two
The
teams.
gun was not from our team, by the way. That was nothing to do with either one of our teams. It was,
Okay.
It was something completely. We just kind of heard the rumblings, and everybody was like, "All right, this is getting a little out of hand here, guys. Come on, we're just really just trying to play softball here." And
By the way, because of you two's forfeit, we got second. Because
because JT said, "Forget you guys. We would have won first place."
Yeah.
But JT said, "We're not playing, dude. Forget it."
so by
So we
default,
walked
we
off
got
and lost.
second
Yeah.
because they both got kicked out and DNF'd.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
No trophy for us.
Yeah, we did. I played kickball out there one season.
Kickball is a lot of fun.
It was a lot of
That
fun.
looks
Kickball's
like fun.
Kickball's fun.
But I'm pretty sure I'll blow my knee out.
I have really funny story. So we started having practices because we were that bad. Like just the communication.
Kickball practice?
Kickball practice. Because we had some look.
Hey,
we had some girls.
Tell him though, the ball is not your ordinary.
It is not.
It is a monster.
It's a monster. It's the big ball.
Yeah.
And you never know how inflated it's going to be, and they don't add air, right? So it's like you're playing with whatever ball is out there. So we would practice with a couple of different types of balls, and but we had a couple issues where some girls they didn't know how to kick it, or they weren't aware of how to kick it, and then they also didn't realize that they had to catch the ball. So we did a couple practices, and
Can you hit them and they're out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But that's extremely hard to do.
But is there any better sound than walloping somebody in the face?
No, but
That-
people think that they can do it, and they try to throw this ball that's going 1/8 of the speed of a person, and then everybody's just like running bases on you.
You really got to lead them. You
Like
gotta
duck
lead 'em.
hunt?
My
So-
brother and I actually, so I used to, all right, so I pitched on our team in softball, or in kickball, and I'm sorry I totally jacked your story. up
No,
real
no, it's
quick,
fine.
But, so when I was pitching, I recorded 2 strikeouts in a game.
And, how?
Kickball?
Because there's a box that goes around the plate. It's probably, 3x3, the box?
Yeah.
And if you hit any corner of that box, it's a strike.
It's
if they
strike,
don't swing.
and you
or they don't kick.
could cut clear across it, and it's a
So
turd
we
that
ended
you're
up
not
getting
going to
rained
kick.
out at Chain of Lakes, and I'm like, hey, let's bring the games up to IRC play. Okay, this is fantastic. So I get to pitch on grass now. Well, I'm getting some extra bite.
Oh, God. I did it for once. Sorry, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Rookie. Anyway, continue, Eddie. I apologize for
That's all
that.
good.
He does it every week.
I'm getting some extra bite on the old curveball and kickball, and I had 2 looking strikeouts.
You're pretty
Whoa.
much the Nolan Ryan.
Looking
No,
strikeouts
it's
are pretty
looking
intense.
strikeouts. But here's my problem is, again, the whole being the youngest of boys, and my brothers kind of took care of me when I was younger. My oldest brother was catching, and he was drawing the whole time back at these guys. So when they were striking out, they were getting pretty upset at me. So I did the, do you remember Francisco Rodriguez that played for the Rays? He used to pull it out of his quiver.
Yeah,
And shoot
yeah, I
after
do.
he well, that's what I was doing after I struck him out.
Are such a liar.
I
Are you
believe it.
serious?
we could call my brother right now, and I promise you he would validate this
I
story.
liked you, but now I really like you.
My brother could validate this story. And looking back, it was probably a super douche move. But when you strike somebody out in kickball,
it's a big deal.
It's a good feeling.
It's a big deal. My favorite thing to do was I would always go like as far back as possible. Yeah. So they're like, okay, what's he doing? And I would always go line up at the opposite side, especially if somebody had a little bit of a curve on theirs. Yeah. And then I would switch real quick. And then if you played the right team, like the pitcher would be like, "Gosh,
this guy.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing over there." And I did. I liked the little fairy dance. I would
twinkle toes, man.
And boom, kick it. So we would. I mean, that's why we practiced, because we were definitely trying to like hug the line. You know what I mean? If you just get it right to the outfield, let it touch down. I mean, that you're guaranteed a couple bases at minimum.
We made a plan where if it got kicked to the shortstop or the third baseman, they relayed it to me, and then I threw it to first. So they relayed it to the pitcher.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, exactly. You have to relay in the infield.
So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That ball's too big to chuck it across the field.
There's a ball comes kind of. It's a low one. It's coming at me. I hit it, pop up, catch it, as the person's on second base. So I'm playing outfield, just came in, so I'm right behind third base basically. Catch it, and I've got the ball in one hand actually. I've got the ball in one hand, and I'm racing this guy to first base because I was faster than throwing the ball. And the whole time I'm like, ah! And I got it. I got him. I got a double play. Solo double play.
We should start an ordinary guys kickball team.
Too much work.
Can I pitch?
Yeah.
It'd be fun. It would be fun, but it's a lot.
I'll tell you what I don't like doing is pitching in softball.
They have nets now.
Really?
Yes, sir. They have nets now, and if it hits the net, it is it's a foul ball.
So that's like an L screen.
Yeah, it's like but it's just
upside down L screen.
It's just a big rectangle basically. And Brent Marmon's our pitcher, and it took a little bit to kind of get used to having a net in front of you throwing a softball. So
that's good though, because
makes me feel better.
It's dangerous, man. That ball's coming.
Listen, I play third over there, and you guys would intentionally try to kill me.
Not this guy. I'm left-handed. I wouldn't do that to you.
Well, they did, and I was okay with it. That's fine. But I remember sitting there thinking, all right, I got double the distance. It's still pretty nasty.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm a ex-college baseball catcher. I don't mind getting hit.
Right.
But it would hit you. And, dude, the pitchers are risking their freaking lives.
Yeah, well, and you're not spring chickens anymore. Your reflexes are
you're
down
45 feet?
Yeah.
Isn't that it? 45 feet.
Yeah, I think so.
From college-level baseball players. There actually was some ex-pros out there.
There's
like,
guys
actually.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple people around here that play for real.
Yeah, but...
Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry we got off on that softball.
Where did that come from? Oh, that came from your softball story, which led into kickball, which led into shenanigans. Dude, you know Tim Lowe?
Absolutely.
So he and I are both running for the same ball in the outfield, and we're both calling each other off, and we're both not backing off, so we just collide outfield.
Tim probably
he went flying.
He probably kicked the crap out of the ball. He was an old soccer player, right?
Oh yeah, Tim could boot it.
Yeah.
Tim could boot it. So I would always talk to him about what to do.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. And we had a couple girls that played softball.
Yeah.
But even after a while, they would be like, okay, totally different sport.
Absolutely.
Like totally different. It doesn't matter how good you are at softball.
I feel like kicking a ball is so awkward.
It is
It's very awkward.
The concept of running and kicking something
Sideways.
that's moving towards you is weird. If it was just stationary, different story.
It was a lot easier in elementary school.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Yeah,
because your body was like Gumby.
Well, that's true too.
Like you could twist.
But we also
Like
kicked
if I
the
twist
small
like
balls,
that now.
which flew. But you were a smaller person, but it was still better.
I still feel like that.
Do you remember Battle Ball?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God! I used to. The poor kid with no athletic ability. Every time, just bam! I mean, just he was done. And remember, you'd always get that small one that was a little deflated.
Yep.
And that one,
extra grip on it.
That was the one you were going to take out. Somebody's their life was going in front of their eye. I bet they're not even allowed to do that anymore.
No, I'm pretty confident they're not.
Sissies! How dare they not bring?
I should have read the chat.
Oh boy, what happened?
Did it mess you up?
No, there's just a cocksucker in there. Hi, cocksucker. You know who you are.
Oh,
Anyway.
I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, dude, not to like hard segue here, but Well, we were talking about the golf tournament,
Yeah.
and we said that we wanted to have you on because we
Absolutely.
wanted you to explain a little bit
Sure.
more. And it just so happened to be that tomorrow is a big day for
Yes,
the
it is.
foundation.
It's a very big day.
So,
Yep.
where do you want to start? You want to explain what tomorrow is? You
Man.
want to explain the foundation? And then...
I guess we could probably explain about us and what we do, and then
Yeah.
kind of segue into what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
So we started Avery's Light in 2012, and it actually came about after our daughter Avery passed away from SIDS after she was only 6 days old. So she was born on June 6th and passed on June 12th. And our friends and family wanted to get together and do something for us, just to kind of help us out, if you will. And we were like, that sounds great, but we don't need anything. But if you want to hold a golf tournament in her honor, it would be awesome. You know
That's
what I mean?
super cool.
So we came up with a plan that, our church doesn't have a playground. And she would have obviously been there and played on the playground if we had one.
Sure.
So we came up with the idea that we're going to raise money and build a playground at the church and name it after her. So that's what we did. And our friends and family put together the tournament within, I think, like 3 weeks.
I was going to that's
It went
not an
together
easy
fast.
task, man.
So it was, and there was like 20 to 25 foursomes put together in that amount of time to come play. So
That's so
that
cool.
was a lot. It meant a lot to us, you know what I mean? And and the reason why, first of all, that we wouldn't want anything, we want to pay it all forward, is the fact that there was nothing. So as you stated, my dad he's a pastor. I don't know if many of you know or not, but he's a pastor in town for almost 27 years now. Well, he does a lot of funerals for folks who, if they don't have churches, they don't have pastors or anything like that, the funeral home will contact my dad and he'll go do it, just because he wants to help out family in their time of need. So when we went to go plan everything for her service, the funeral home took care of everything. We didn't have to pay for anything.
That's freaking awesome.
And guys, we're looking at probably close to, I don't know, $10,000, $11,000. I don't
It's
know
not
what
cheap,
it is
man.
to make
It's
right.
not cheap.
So the least we could do is how can we, pay it forward. So after we saw what happened the first tournament, it kind of kicked off like something in our mind that we were like, we could really kind of make a difference here in her honor. So next year we put together another golf tournament, and we did it at Sherwood the first 5 years, and this is actually year 7. In the second year, third year, fourth year.
7 years,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, it's been 7. Well, first of all, which is nuts. It's been 7 years. I mean,
nuts.
she would have been 7 in June. So it's crazy. And I don't think, if you guys remember the Saturday of the golf tournament.
Yep.
There's a lot of people out there.
Tons of people, man.
And these people are still there, honestly, in honor of our daughter, who almost everyone there has never even met, of course.
Yeah.
Except my family, really. And they still come out to support us and believe in causes that we believe in. Because that's all we do is get behind. How can we raise money to help out causes that we believe in?
Yeah.
And so the fact that raising $18,300 this year in North Brevard County is pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool.
To hold down
for one afternoon.
For literally, yes, one Saturday.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. And I don't know if you saw my post on Facebook, but I got an anonymous phone call by somebody that wanted to make it an even $20,000.
It's amazing.
Which is crazy. Just someone was like, hey, it's $18,300. I don't like that number. Let's make it $20,000. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me right now. Like, it's... So each year we always kick it around, like, should we keep going? Should we not? Are people getting tired of this? Are they getting tired of...
Didn't look like it.
Well,
Yeah.
Are they getting tired, of seeing us or playing for this cause? And you're right. Every year we kind of get rejuvenated to, like, we can really help make a difference in her honor, in her name, and the amount of lives that she's already touched through her 6 days of life, we'll never even be able to comprehend, I don't think. So it's pretty amazing to be proud of your daughter that
so
you don't
cool.
even get to, I don't even get to see her physically.
Right.
But it's just been it's been pretty amazing. It's been quite a journey. So.
Do you always use the same foundation? Like you just.
So that's a good question. Thank you. So the second year we did, it's an organization called Molly Bears, and
Okay.
what they do is they make weighted bears that are the size and weight of the babies who have passed. So let's say they have a premature baby or like 24 to 25 week old that had to be born,
right,
but didn't survive. They would make a however many ounces bear. We have a 7-pound, 6-ounce bear at our house, right? And it was very comforting, my wife and I, to kind of have that.
Yeah.
Our 2 girls at home right now know what that bear's significance is, and it's really neat. So we raise money for them. I want to say that with the amount of money we brought in, we were able to provide, I think it was like 100 bears to families.
That's so cool.
Because they don't charge families.
Right.
They want to get the money in, don't make them and donate them, and that's, again, causes we like to get behind.
Yeah, so that's 100, potentially 200 people, right?
Yeah,
thinking about a couple.
Absolutely.
But, that's literally hundreds of people impacted in one afternoon.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. And then we did Sid's research. We've helped out another organization called the Tears Foundation, who does like counseling and things like that for grieving parents. And then we did Brevard County Schools Foundation when she was going to be going into kindergarten 2 years ago. We did that organization to help give school supplies to underprivileged kids to help them get a good start going into kindergarten. And so that's what we did. And then this year and the year before, we found the Finley Project, and that is named after a lady by the name of Noelle Moore, her daughter Finley, who she tragically lost in medical malpractice.
Oh.
So she started the Finley Project in her daughter's honor. And again, it was something we could really get behind because it's called a 7-step holistic program. I'm stumbling trying to think of everything that it does, but I can give you a few key points. Is they do family counseling. They will, basically, it's what you do now to survive. You're going home from the hospital without your baby. So how do you got to function now, right? You got to get back into reality.
Regular life.
You got to grocery shop.
Yep.
You have to get counseling. You should get counseling.
I could imagine the depression is severe.
So they will go to Publix for you. They will give you gift cards. They will massage therapy. You name it. They're going to help take care of that. And my wife and I were like, well, if we didn't have full-time jobs, that's probably pretty much what we'd like to do with Avery's Life, to help support families like that.
Sure.
So
and make it a full-time, if you have the ability to do so.
We're getting behind you 100% of the way. Whatever we can do, we're going to do. I said, I'm not going to promise you anything. But and I was telling her this 2 years ago. I said, I'm not going to promise you anything, but our last tournament made $10,000, and that'd be great to cut you a check for $10,000. Well, we ended up cutting her a check for $17,000 last year. And they were absolutely blown away.
I can imagine.
And this year, it just keeps getting bigger and better and just more obnoxious. I mean, I don't know if you saw the Sunbelt Rentals man lifts that were out there.
Yeah.
The massive grill.
I think it's great, though. That was the first time I had ever heard about it, was this.
Gotcha.
And from an outsider perspective, because I knew nothing, here's my thought, and don't take this wrong.
No, not at all, man.
I'm thinking, this is going to be stupid. This is some dumb tournament in Titusville. I'm doing it for the show.
Right.
Not being mean, but that's what you think about when you think about it. Titusville, because I've been to a lot of them.
Sure.
That's what they are.
Sure.
And then I show up, and I'm like, this is like equivalent of stuff I go to in Orlando.
like it's an actual event.
Yeah, this was good.
I love it.
There was a radio station there.
1019 comes out on their dime. They come out on their dime. They
very well put together. Like their carts had magnetic giveaways, baggies giveaways. I'm not in Titusville right now.
My favorite though was the line of coolers in front of us that weren't attached right. Everybody took off. Did you hear about that?
That was fantastic. And then you guys were like, we probably should.
Yeah, we got out. I was like, wait a second. We got out and checked ours. Like, I think it's okay, man.
But it was a very good surprise. And I'm sorry that's what I thought.
The course,
but
is
I
great.
didn't know.
It was a great
and
location.
I never heard of anything.
So, it is a lot of work. First of all,
I would say,
no doubt, it is a ton of work, and we have some fantastic volunteers. I mean, they filter you guys through those tables like nobody's business.
It was smooth.
I mean, it is. You sign up, you get your bag, you get your raffles, you get your 50-50, you get your mulligans, and it's just, here you go. You're filtered out through, get to your cart, go hit a few balls if you want. And Indian River Preserve is unreal. I'll give a shout out to Will Bernazzani, who is the pro there, who literally hands me the keys to the course on Friday and is like, do what you want to do.
Oh,
that building
cool,
is
man.
phenomenal.
He's like, you want to drive man lifts on the 19th tee box like I did? Yeah, go for it, man. I don't care. It's like, holy cow, man. So they literally are just like, you name what you want and you do it. And,
That's so cool.
That building out there, by the way,
it's
plugging
beautiful.
them is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because I used to live out there, and it used to be a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my other thought, because
Yeah.
I hadn't seen the building.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So me as an outsider, because I haven't lived there in
yeah.
10 years, 8 years, 9 years, I don't know, something
Yeah.
like that. I'm thinking, they're having it out there, there's a trailer, like, what would you expect?
I
And then I
understand.
show up and I'm like, wow, this building is
Yeah.
beautiful.
And
That's always been the best course in town.
It has been.
They just that didn't have that building.
Right.
Now it's like, this is the real deal.
you
That's
see all the
why I'm saying I
construction
was
going
like,
on around the clubhouse now, and
yeah,
it's
I was.
going nuts.
That's why I say I felt like I was transported to like one in Orlando. It felt like it was it, and it was the real deal. I was like, wow, this
and
is
the taco
pretty cool.
bar was a hit.
Oh,
right?
I didn't
You
get to
guys
go to the
enjoyed
taco bar.
That's right. You had to leave. That's right.
Yeah.
You had to leave. It was so funny because I obviously thought I was fine. And I had just been drinking those white girls.
Frank
all
was
day
drinking at my pace. Not good for Frank.
long. But no water, right?
Speaking
so I
of
started.
Well, it's close.
Well, that's what I thought, to be honest with you. I was like, I should be fine, But then, then I
Absolutely.
started the taco bar, and I'm like, taco bar? Come on, it's like my two favorite things, booze and tacos. So I make a big old taco plate, and as I'm eating it, I'm realizing that I'm dehydrated. Like, it's soaking all the moisture out of my mouth, and I'm getting all dry. And then next thing you know, I've got a migraine, and then I fell asleep at a bar.
That's a good story. I did enjoy that one.
I have not interrupted for the chat. I have to for this one.
Why?
Matt DeBacco
Yes.
just wrote,
Oh boy.
if I drink one more Sailor Jerry's, I'm going to Uber over and make out with Eddie. He's looking sexier and sexier.
Don't you threaten me with a good time, sir.
Eddie, you've aged well, man.
You know, Frank, I'm not a fan of the grays coming in. I'm really not, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a self-conscious type thing. But here's what I'm going for: a chunky George Clooney.
I'm digging it, man.
That's what I'm kind of going for.
I don't even know how old
Look,
you are.
A little. I appreciate that. So, 'cause I could be 34, which
Sure.
I am. I could easily go for 42 at times. I have been mistaken to be my middle brother's older brother,
Interesting.
who is 4 years older than me.
Am I still the oldest one at this table?
Yes.
God, every time.
You look look at that beard. It's perfect. It's
This beard, I've been growing this since Frank was growing that. Isn't that pathetic? And it has not been trimmed. The only thing that's been done is I hit this area.
You got to. Starts to get all white trash like after
Dude.
a while. You get like one hair that's.
Why did God say you're just not going to grow hair in your
Dude,
face?
God told me I'm not growing it in certain spots of my face, which is weird. See, you got a nice full beard. You know what? You have a problem with the grays, but I have like 5 grays in my entire head.
Okay.
And they grow faster than every other hair.
Typical.
And it's like one. It's like like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like they stick out like a sore thumb. I mean, you're rocking a good highlight there, bro. It's good.
I appreciate
Frank's is
that.
doing good,
I really
though.
appreciate that.
What?
Thank you.
Frank doesn't have any grays in his.
No, he's looking
And
sharp.
beard,
No
I don't
beard.
get. I don't get it.
Strong.
See, I don't think I have any here. They're all right here.
Are they really?
This
Okay.
is my daughter's area.
That's
Wow.
where mine are.
Man.
My
Yeah.
stepson, he makes me regrow hair because he's no problem in the world. But this is my daughter.
I feel you. You got Ava and Blake on another side. I'm telling you, dude, kids, and it's really weird because then, like, the older you get and you start getting in the mirror, and not that you stop noticing, you still notice, you stop bitching about it because you're like, what the hell am I going to do? Last time I bitched about it, I got 2 more pop up.
I do. I just do it to myself.
Yeah.
I never have learned
well,
that.
I'm lying. I just said out loud here. I did
Yeah.
complain a little bit here. So, but
I
appreciate
complain
the
about
compliment. You guys
everything.
actually just boosted my confidence tonight, so I do appreciate that.
That's going to
So
be
thank you.
$450.
No, but that,
Michael?
look, that goes back to the face that makes people want to punch you. You get what I'm saying, though? It's like, look at him, man. He's so happy. And he's talking trash.
I remember
I
the
just want
first
to
time
knock him out.
I had seen Eddie around, but then I remember I went over to JT because JT was standing on first base. I said, I've seen that guy around. I said, and JT goes, oh, Eddie's the coolest guy. He's always happy. That's exactly how he
Yeah.
explained him. So that's another question
Yeah.
and this is a hard question to ask,
Oh,
but
boy.
after everything that's happened to you,
That's big.
how are you able to stay that positive? Because honestly, that is a thing I struggle with in my life, and I
Sure.
haven't been through any trials and tribulations.
Man, I got to be honest with you, and I don't want to get too, I don't know where you want the show to go, and I don't want to get too crazy on it, and that's fine.
Positive is a way we've
But
never been, so
let's
let's try it.
So I am a firm believer that eternity is a lot longer than what we have here on Earth. Okay?
Of course.
So I know I'm going to see Avery again one day. My entire family does. We all know that. So while, yes, I would take her back here for anything that I could have her be with, to meet her sisters here on Earth, to be able to watch her grow up, and honestly, just knowing that I know that I'm going to see her again, and the fact of how Avery's Light is able to do what it's able to do through her name is just, I don't know how else to explain how proud and happy that makes us. But there again, I wish we didn't even have to do the golf tournament. I wish we didn't. I wish I didn't. Honestly, I love you guys, but I wish I didn't have to be here talking to you right now either about it.
This. Yeah.
But the fact that it makes our hearts happy that people want to, that I'm getting texts from Frank like, dude, we had a blast at the golf tournament. Will you come talk to us some about it? I mean, that's honestly what keeps us going, and that's why I don't know that we're ever going to be able to stop the golf tournament, is because of that.
Have you ever thought about being a preacher?
That's a great question.
Because did you hear how eloquent that was?
I mean,
seriously.
I guess he's never met my dad. So
yeah.
I've heard later on in life, now that I'm getting older, that I'm sounding more like my dad and obviously looking more like him. And but the fact of being a pastor, not a chance. I grew up around it, and I love it. I still go to my dad's church. I play the drums at my dad's church. But I would never want. That is a huge responsibility and a massive calling that really has to be.
I'm glad you used that word, calling, because
it's a massive calling.
It's not just. I don't think. I mean, I'm not a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather was a minister.
Right.
So
goodness gracious, I'm surrounded by you guys.
But like he'll explain it the same way. Yeah. He was just like, I was going through something. I woke up and I just knew.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the calling, because like you can, like me, like I want to do certain things. I'll do certain things. I'll work towards certain things. Sure. But like you kind of just like do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you have to just do it. There's only way I can explain it.
And you met my dad. It's almost like
he was born. That's what
he's supposed to be doing. What he's doing.
100%.
No doubt about it.
Have you met his dad?
No.
Yeah.
What church?
It's called New Fellowship Baptist Church. Plug. It's off of Old Dixie, kind of close to Mims, if you will. If you just pass like the chain of lakes off of
what denomination or just interdenomination?
Baptist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Southern Baptist or Baptist?
So it's Baptist, but I've told my dad so many times, I'm like, it says like Independent Fundamental Baptist on our sign, and I'm like,
so people think Southern Baptist.
They think that, but like, we got drums. My brother plays the guitar. I mean, we don't, Do
you know what Southern Baptist is?
Yeah.
They're the Catholics of the Baptists.
So, did you hear a story about the Catholic Church? Hate the Catholic Church.
I hate
Catholic.
Oh, we're going here.
I'm baptized Catholic.
Oh boy, we're going.
Dude, well, people have heard it, so I don't want to beat the dead Catholic horse.
It's a good story.
There's
long story short, though, Janet's grandmother was transitioning. There's no other way to say it, right?
Okay.
She was leaving this world.
Okay.
And it was a long, drawn out process for her. She there's one story that she told. All of a sudden, like, she wakes up when we think that like today is going to be the day. She wakes up and she's basically telling us about her trip that she'd just been on for days.
Wow.
She was all over the world saying goodbye to her loved ones, like visiting their birthplaces, like in her mind. Crazy. Wow. So when she first got to hospice, they sent somebody out to give her her last rites, and that was before this coming back. She came back and she didn't remember the preacher being there. She didn't remember who comes in the Catholic Church. Gosh, the priest. There you go. She didn't remember the priest coming, so she asked the priest.
All the things I'm. Do you hear what you're saying?
All right.
You heard it.
Oh, the priest coming? She asked the priest to come all over the place, but he wouldn't come.
Did you hear? It was repetitive. I was like, is he going to catch what he's saying?
No, I didn't.
I was trying not to.
But anyway,
Kevin, thank you.
You have to. You know what show you're on? We can only be so serious
I know,
for so
I totally
long.
get it.
Well,
yeah, we had a good run, too. It was about 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
That was good.
This is the most serious we've ever been.
You're welcome.
Well, long story short, then they were like, he already came. We normally don't do that, and he's on vacation. And she was like, I can't die until I see the priest.
Sorry, I don't mean to
Until the
run.
priest comes.
So somebody heard and decided to come all over for Janet's grandma.
Oh my god, this is the second time I've cried on this show from laughing.
I'm a part of it. I'm a part of this.
I don't know why.
So
boy.
really cool. Somebody heard that we were going through that, and Scooter, Morrison,
Yeah,
Scooter.
I know. Yep, absolutely.
Scooter came and knocked on our door and was like, "Hey, is it okay if I pray with you?"
Wow,
And just came and
fantastic.
sat with her for a little bit.
Just say,
But anyway, so
yeah, that's great, man.
and then they had to proofread my daughter's eulogy that she wanted to give at her
Oh,
grandmother's
boy.
funeral, and then told her that it couldn't be over a certain length and this and that. So my daughter like broke down in tears and had to leave the funeral.
Yeah, you don't do that.
No, and
No,
I was like,
don't do that.
That's what the Catholics do, man.
Don't do that.
You probably shouldn't agree with me. But my experience was just as bad with the whole I had to go and get baptized in order to get married in the Catholic Church. Like, I had to go
get that.
baptized as a Baptist. Otherwise, I had to convert and become a Catholic, and I was not
not
going to
gonna do
become a
that.
Catholic.
I get that, but part of what they do is like there's a roundabout. You could take a 16-week course.
Or you can pay your way
That's
out.
what I'm saying. They're like, you could take a course and it costs X amount of money, and then
I had to take the course.
Right.
You did take the course.
Oh, dude.
Is that not bullshit?
Listen to
it's
this.
a quick money grab. You're
Yeah.
going to get married anyway.
I had to go to a weekend-long thing where I had to learn the Bible. Now,
Yeah.
listen, this is a kid that's been in Christian school my
Yeah,
whole
forever,
life.
right.
I've attended church my whole
Right,
life.
right.
I'm a terrible example
Right.
of a churchgoer. But I know the Bible.
Okay.
And you go in there and they ask all these questions and you have to take tests. Guess who got the highest grade? Yeah, not the Catholic guys. Me.
Not Rudy.
Yeah.
I'm like, that dude reads the Bible for you. I read the Bible for me.
I
So-
just remember doing effed up stuff in college, and people, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, I'll say like 5 Hail Marys. I'll be fine.
Light a candle. Drop $16 in the offering tray.
You know, and being in the South here, I mean, it's not the real South, but being in Florida, there's a good mix of religion in Florida, and you get
Oh,
people.
it's a hot box.
Oh yeah, and you get the people
Unless
who
you're
are
in North Miami, then it's all people look exactly like you.
yeah, but you get the ones that aren't Catholic, and they're like, that's so weird, and I'm like, isn't it great? And now forget you guys, I'm not doing it anyway. But that really bothered me because my examples of church and community kind of overlap, and I think about like your father's church.
Yeah.
And I think about some other churches I've been to. I'm like, no, that's community. It's
Absolutely.
church. It's
Yeah.
a purpose, right? And the Catholic Church is like cranking out McDonald's. It's like buying a McDonald's franchise. It's like you go to. I'm gonna open up a Catholic church school, and you're good to go.
How much do you think
though.
the Catholic Church is worth?
How much is it worth?
Yeah.
In secrets?
No, in monetary value, I bet they're
Oh.
worth more than most countries.
Oh, yeah. What do you think, Eddie?
I'm not even. No, I'm good.
I bet the Vatican is worth more than a country.
Isn't it not really Italy, but Italy, like it's its own thing? Vatican City, isn't it? Am I
I didn't
mistaken?
even know it was in Italy. So, there you go.
There's that.
I failed that part of the test.
There's that.
You know what I found funny, though, is they ask more questions about financial stuff than
Of course they
did
do.
anything about the Bible.
No, I told you. Whenever we got Ava baptized there, they were like, how much money do you make? Because we need to know how much you're going to tithe.
Get the heck out of here.
Yeah. You had to tell them how much money you make, and then they tell you what they expect from you. And then they start mailing you like coupons. Like you got, like you can just send your monthly check in through the mail.
So is it a pay-in thing? Like you're a part of a trust to where you get some of that money back if you say lose your job or anything?
Yeah,
of course not.
No.
Because it's a bunch of crap.
No, someone's got to keep
they're
the
like,
lights on.
They're like, we have a food drive. Of
Someone has to pay the
1973
attorneys.
Canned foods we'll give you some of. But you know that $60,000 you've given us over
No.
the 5 years. You've
Here's
been
the
in.
deal. They're looking at you and they're like, how much do you make? Oh, you're having a little girl? Oh, that's great. How much money do you make? You have to give 10%. If you're having a little boy, they're like, here's the deal. We'll cut you a break. Just let us borrow the kid here and there.
Oh my God.
We
You
should-
went there.
We should segue now. Are we allowed to?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anyway. Yes. Okay. So
can we
we're right.
segue to? Can I talk about what I want to talk about for 1 second?
What do you want to talk about?
I really want to talk about women's soccer.
Okay.
Because
wait, do you follow at all?
Well, I don't know how you can't not
Okay.
follow right now. You
So
know
I
what
think
mean?
that I think that's going to make Kevin's point here.
Yeah.
yes. So just to let you know, in case you don't, I have a daughter. Frank has a daughter. You have two.
Yeah.
So obviously, I want women to do great in this world and be the equivalent of men in every way, shape, and form. Here's the thing that kills me.
With or without the dick.
Come on. Anyways, so the whole thing about them getting paid equally is, did they totally forget about supply and demand? Like, I understand they made a great run and everything, but women's soccer supposedly brought in like $700 million, and men's soccer brought in like $9 billion.
Yeah.
And then they expect to get paid the same. That's not how it works.
That's like the same argument with paying college athletes where they're like, the track, the guy that runs the 400 should make as much as the quarterback. And you're like, yeah, except you're, UF, and nobody even knows you really have a track team.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm trying to say? It's like, where's the money coming in? Because they're not filling the stadium.
Well, it's like
To
Cheryl
watch track and
Swoops
field.
cannot expect to get paid what LeBron James does. Though Cheryl Swoops is probably the greatest female basketball player of all time. Hopefully you know who I'm talking about. And she's worth more than several men's players, but she's not LeBron James money coming in.
No, that's...
And I think, is it Rapinoe or Rapino?
Rapinoe.
Rapinoe.
The guy said Rapinoe, though, that
that's right.
announced her.
she kind of unfortunately made her own point, like that did the whole supply and demand thing. She was like, "Come out, support us, buy our jerseys, buy our merchandise."
Right.
We're like, well, that's the actual issue here. Like, I don't know.
Well, and the other thing, okay, so a lot of people were mad when they saw her kneeling, but from what I heard, she wasn't kneeling during the anthem. She
Right.
stood during the anthem. She just didn't put her hand over her heart. I don't care about that. That's fine. Whatever. Just don't kneel during it. So that I was okay with. What I wasn't okay with is when they won and she dropped the American flag on the ground.
No, can't do that.
Listen, Colin Kaepernick, I never got that upset with because he wasn't throwing an American flag on the ground. That's a whole different level. Like, whole different level.
And who was the girl that swooped in
And
behind
grabbed
her?
it. I forget her name, but
if
she
it was
like
Alex
grabbed
Morgan,
it.
I'm already in love with Alex
I don't think it
Morgan.
was Alex
And if
Morgan.
it was Alex,
She's
T-girl
not
was Alex
ugly.
Morgan,
I'm
right?
sorry, Crystal. If she picked it up,
She's
not
probably
ugly.
like
Much I can do.
19, though.
Dude,
how dare you?
She probably enjoys Pokemon on the weekends.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I got nothing.
So, but I agree with you though, but that's just with anything, male, female, it doesn't matter. If you can take individuals, right, even within their own sport, right? Like, do you think Serena Williams should make just as much money as whoever's ranked like 300th? Like, for a reason, she's making more. Better player, more attractive to, advertising and whatnot. Like, okay, let's just say all basketball players made the same amount of money. LeBron James is still going to make more money per year because endorsements are going to flock to him versus,
He got a $1 billion Nike deal.
Dude, that's the second Nike deal.
Here's the other thing.
Do you remember? Okay, we graduated the same year as LeBron James.
Yeah, we did, in 03.
When we were graduating,
Yeah.
I want to say the day we were graduating, LeBron was signing his Sprite contract.
That's insane.
And that didn't even require him to play basketball. He could have said, no,
Yeah.
I'm going to do something else.
I do want to say this, though, and I'd like to see the figures on it. So Venus and Serena Williams, which one's the younger one? Serena, right?
Sure.
I think it's Serena. So Serena is like probably the most well-known women's tennis player, probably the best ever. And I would like to see her money intake compared to, let's say, Roger Federer, who's the greatest men's
Absolutely.
player. I bet they're equal.
What are you trying to figure out?
The point being is if the woman's sport, if the woman is as influential as the man, it's there. I want to
interesting
say,
point.
I want to see the numbers on Serena or Williams money versus
Federer.
Roger Federer, because those are the
Or
two
Nadal.
greatest tennis players in the United States or in the world right
was
now.
that today, by the way?
All right, no,
Federer,
so
Nadal?
here you go.
Nadal,
Here's
yeah.
the list of wealthiest tennis players according to Forbes in 2018. Number 1, Roger Federer. Number 2, Maria Sharapova.
So it's a woman.
But look at the difference. Roger Federer, net worth $140 million. Okay, Sharapova $90 million. So that's a significant difference.
But I can say that Federer is probably the greatest tennis player ever.
Serena, though, is $85 million. So if you were looking apples to apples with the two girls, I mean, that's kind of on par considering.
But she's ahead of a lot of guys, right?
Well, then comes Venus Williams, and then
sister.
Nadal, Murray,
Rafael
Novak.
Nadal is number 2.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
He's number 2 male, right?
Yeah.
Or is it Djokovic?
One of them. They're
It's
all-
one of the 3. It's Djokovic, Nadal, or Federer.
And again, this was last year. Yeah.
But the point is in a sport like tennis, where Venus and Serena are so influential, and now this high school girl that beat one of the sisters is going to be something else.
15?
Yeah.
But look, and again, like
it's there. If you have that star power, it's there.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Like we were just talking about the UFC fight over the weekend, right? Did you hear about it or did you watch it?
I didn't watch it, but I heard about it.
Okay, 5-second fight.
Yeah.
He got performance bonus of the night and whatever a finish of the night. So he got $100,000 bonus for 5 seconds, right?
I get
I'm
knocked
okay
out for
with
that.
that. Are you not okay? Like I'm okay with that. You did it. You earned it. That's how I feel about all this sort of stuff.
I'm actually not okay with them getting paid as little as they do. MMA guys get paid nothing.
But we
Nothing.
have to eat your own cooking if this is what we're talking about, right? Because that's the equivalent to women making less money than men for certain things, right? Boxers will make more money than MMA.
Oh,
It's because it sells more sponsorships.
I bet you if
More
you took every
PG
MMA
type stuff.
fighter and put them together, they don't have the money of what's his face,
Oh,
Mayweather.
Floyd. How about the money that he's made, not that he actually has? Because I think he pisses away like 90% of it.
They don't
Oh,
call him
yeah.
Money Mayweather, correct? They
Money
don't call him
Mayweather.
that
Yeah.
for nothing.
No,
I mean,
he's
it's
made
legit.
more money than anybody. But the thing is, like, people are like, okay, look, we get it. It's a violent sport, but you're going to get more people pay for boxing than they are for MMA. I think it's slowly going to change, right? But, again, you're going to get more people paying to watch basketball than football. Basketball makes more money than football, correct? Aren't there more money in the contracts?
The players.
Money-wise by players.
Basketball, yes.
Yeah.
Unless you're
fewer
like a
players
quarterback.
on the team and the money
No,
overall.
what did
Baseball's still ridiculous, but
quarterback?
Baseball's insane.
Yeah, baseball's
I want Blake to play baseball. Like,
Oh,
you have to be-
baseball's where the
Baseball's
money.
You have to be
is.
good a third of the time, bro. Like, that's it. That's all I need. A third of the time.
I mean,
you'll
for
be
God's
good.
sakes, look what Bryce Harper is just.
It's disgusting.
Oh, he
just
didn't even get the
tanking, and it
big
doesn't
money
matter.
though.
He just, but he's still making.
You
a
see
lot of money
Trout's
for being poor.
contract?
Oh, Trout's insane though. Yeah,
A lot
yeah,
these new contracts are insane.
Yeah,
But anyway, but yeah. So that is
Bobby
kind of my
Bonilla?
point. Is it's like people are not paying for it.
what a
But
stud. Payday.
anyway,
Bobby
Oh.
Bonilla Day was the other day.
was it?
You remember what I told you about him?
July 1st. He
This
gets-
is July 1st.
$1 million
Yeah.
every year.
Isn't that amazing?
What a caveat in that contract.
That is such a freaking.
He was
good
only
contract.
supposed to get $6 million, but the Mets didn't have the money at the time, so they made this long drawn out thing with interest, so they would only pay him $1 million a year, which is the equivalent of like 36 years.
That is so smart, though, right?
For Bobby, Bobby's the man.
I mean, put yourself in their shoes. Like, you're already making millions, right? And it's like, you want to defer $1 million? You're like,
Oh,
all
and
right.
Bobby was big money back then.
I used to like Bobby Bo too, man.
Yeah.
It was with the Marlins that won in '97 when they bought everybody and sold everybody. I mean, it was fun to watch.
Dude, but baseball, like, the money has gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
Like, it's whoever wants to pay to play is going to win.
I
Like,
just remember A-Rod being the biggest, like I think it was like 2000. He was the
165
biggest one.
million.
Yeah, it was insane amount of money in year 2000.
Was that the Yankee contract?
No, it was the Rangers.
The Rangers contract.
Basically.
the Yankees bought that
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah, but he was playing for the Yankees, and the Rangers were still paying like 2/3 of it, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, they owed so much on it. It was a 10-year contract,
Such
and he
a
got
big
out of it in
contract.
like what, 6
A-Rod
years,
could
so.
still be, I believe, a second string all-star player in today's league.
Oh,
That's how good he was.
the thing too with A-Rod, I was listening to something. They were talking about his story. Do you hear? Like the whole thing blew up, I guess, because he owed that guy money. I gotta. Like, if this guy put a documentary or something like that, I have to get it and post
Bob
it. but-
Lazar?
No, there was somebody. Somebody put a documentary about it, but literally the whole thing was just like he owed money to his drug dealer.
Wow.
Yeah, and the whole thing blew up.
Well, I loved A-Rod. I really did. I'm a unfortunate Mariners fan, and I was a big fan of him when he played with them. And what turned me off on him is when Jason Varitek, who you should love as a catcher,
Yes.
just pops him at that one series.
Jason Varitek's one of the greatest ever.
A-Rod looked like such.
I have to tell you a quick story. Alan's here. I'll go out there in a second. But I played baseball in college
Yeah.
with Mike Piazza's brother,
Nice.
Tommy.
Nice.
Tommy did not get any of the talent. Like,
Oh, boy.
I couldn't imagine being Tommy. Like, because Mike's the greatest hitting catcher probably
absolutely.
since, I don't know. I think he is the greatest
If
hitting
Yogi
catcher.
Bear was a good hitting catcher, then I guess probably him. Johnny Bench,
Yeah.
maybe?
But he's right there.
Yeah.
But dude.
Mike
Tommy-
Piazza's good. Was
poor
Mike
Tommy.
Piazza gay?
Tommy's on my Facebook, by the way.
It was
so-
always the thing.
Sorry, Tommy.
Always the thing.
It was always the thing.
It was always a thing. And then you know what? That was it. The Head and Shoulders commercials or whatever it was.
It's great.
I don't think it did him any.
Was it Pert Plus?
It might have been Pert
Was it
Plus.
Pert Plus?
It definitely didn't do him any favors though when it came to the gay questions. Because as soon as you turn on the TV and he's in the shower, you're like, okay, he's gay.
Yep, got it.
But hey, man, tell everybody how they can support Avery's Light.
And I was supposed to tell you about tomorrow.
Yes, with
I was
tomorrow.
supposed to tell you about tomorrow. So tomorrow we're actually presenting the check
Okay.
to the Finley Project. The $20,000. It's like a
Big check?
Yeah,
That's-
we're pretty obnoxious.
it's
with
cool,
it,
though.
and it's awesome, man. It's got our logo on it, and it's just they are so. They're just so appreciative of it, and they're so genuine in what they do, and their belief system is the same as ours. So it's just fantastic, man.
Can
so
you,
we're looking forward to going there? Present that to them tomorrow.
Can you send us some pictures so we can post them on the
Absolutely, man.
Facebook page?
Absolutely.
And,
and the reason why we still have not gotten our pictures back from the tournament yet, so we're still haven't got a chance to kind of post everything. So we're gonna make sure to get all you guys
crazy
with
how
your
long
White
all that
Claws
stuff
on
takes.
there.
Oh yeah, beat blast though. But we're not worried about that. We want to know it's averyslight.com.
You
Can
got it.
people like donate throughout the year?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And we're there to, if there's any other organizations that come up that we can go help support, we're always down for that. So it's been good.
Awesome, man. That's really cool. We'll post everything on
Love it.
the on YouTube. We do surprisingly. There's a couple people across the world that watch this, like literally, like maybe 3 people,
Fantastic.
but they may want to,
Nice.
throw a
Very
buck
cool.
or two that way.
That's awesome, man.
But it would be cool. And again, it just we heard about it, and it was a little late for us to like go all out with the sponsorship
yeah.
and stuff. But next year, we definitely we'll do something.
I would love to see an OG whole sponsor sign with the logo. It'd be great.
I
man.
think
That'd
it
be
would
awesome.
even be cool for us to like sit at the like the hole-in-one challenge or something like that, and do the show from there
Dude,
or something,
I like where this is
and
heading.
just talk trash.
I
the whole
like where this is
time.
heading.
I think it would be a good time,
Yeah.
but we'll figure it out. But everybody, Eddie Hanson, Kevin, got anything to say?
Thank you for coming on. It was probably the most serious and best one we've ever done.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, I appreciate you wanting to have me on.
Dude.
It means a lot, man. It really does. So I
It's-
hope you know that, and loved having you out. Loved having an OG team out there, which is awesome. So
Did you hear why we didn't get shirts, by the way?
you didn't get shirts?
No. We got Avery's Light shirts, but why we didn't get like a team shirt?
Oh no, I don't know why that
'Cause
didn't
of me.
happen.
Cause we all were like, hey, let's do a pink shirt. We found a pink shirt,
Yeah.
and it was like, okay, it's like $40. It's too expensive. Okay, everybody get your own pink shirt, and we'll put a logo on it.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, I'm not wearing pink.
I didn't say that. I
But-
just said I'm not spending money on a pink shirt because I'll never wear it again.
So did
we
you see
all
what
know
You'll
I'm
wear it-
cheap.
You'll wear it annually.
Did you see what color
No,
shirt he showed up
you'll
wearing?
wear it
But,
annually.
but with my weight fluctuation,
I feel you, dog.
yeah,
I feel you.
there's no telling. I might be a triple X next year. I might be a large. I'd never be a large. Let's be honest.
I can't wait to be a large again.
You are large. And on that note, everybody, have a good night.